entry at all. So just gotta let it do whatever. Apple's still selling off here pretty good. Yeah, market's dumping. That's crazy, Farouk. Be smart. Yeah, so kind of a weird open still. Amazon, yeah, Amazon's weak. I'm not sure that I'm that interested in the downside on Amazon. I really wanted this meta trade here, but to me there was just no entry there at all. You just had to chase it right off the open, and I'm just not going to do that. So let's just let that do whatever. Seeing no strength on Apple, so that's probably done. That's so unfortunate. Nvidia selling off, Amazon still selling off, Meta starting to pull back here. Let's take a look real quick at Meta. We're starting to get this pullback to 580. I'm not going to trade the 580 calls anymore. I'd probably go 585s for me. The 600s can work and the 590s can work. I'm not buying this pullback by any means. I mean, look at the market here. It's just tanking. So I'm going to stay away from the upside for now until there's any sort of bounce from the market. Tesla's starting to bounce here first. Market straight back to low a day. Yeah, today looks like a day to just kind of chill. Meta trying to bounce here again, it looks like, with the market still selling off. So, I mean, the strength on this is pretty crazy. I just don't know that I want to be the guy trying to force this when the market is this weak. Really easy to get caught. Meta's holding 580 though. NQ, new low after new low. SPY, new low after new low. So I think what I want to do here is focus on Meta still. If we get some sort of recovery on the market, I think this thing is going to go crazy. NQ finally starting to bounce just a hair. So let's see what Meta does. Market getting hit again. Back under 580 there on Meta. Apple 227. Netflix new high day of all things. Meta looks like it's just going to start giving up. I'm thinking here that if there's a recovery in the market, Meta's going to be the first to go, but it's not going to hold up on its own like this much longer. Yeah, low days going in. This is done. It's trying to get bought up right there. Look at this market. I don't know. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not seeing anything that exciting. Apple 226. NQ still selling off. Meta through low a day. That's done. SPY has dropped 4 points. Tesla's under 260. 225 on Apple. That's going to be its last sign of recovery if it doesn't use that as support. I do think, I mean, obviously the whole shipping problem created, this environment that we're seeing right now. Without that, I think we'd be pushing new highs, especially if that got resolved last night. Meta trying to recover here. I don't know, guys. To me, nothing's that clear. I don't see any. Yeah, there we go. Jelly, that's gonna shake things up too. But yeah, so again, this is why swinging some things sometimes doesn't work out, regardless of how good the setup is, because you don't know what's going to happen overnight. And this was a prime example of that. But yeah, nothing's clear to me. We're just, we're pretty much just selling off into the levels that we just pushed through. So that's typically not where I want to be involved, because it creates some chop. So let's just sit back, see what happens. Don't try to force any trades here. Tesla's getting killed. 258. JWAG, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know when this move is going to stop. That's the only problem. Meta is bouncing here ahead of NQ. So again, if there's some sort of strong recovery on the market, Meta is going to be my top watch, I think. We've had 3 green candles here. Looking at NQ, we're just barely starting to bounce a little bit. So at one point, this move is going to get too extended and everything's going to bounce. So that's kind of what I'm waiting to see. New lows again on the market. Can almost draw some sort of downtrend here on Meta. Market trying to bounce. Let's just see what Meta wants to do here. I'm still feeling like this is the strongest name. Hasn't really sold off at all. First sign of life here from the NASDAQ and SPY. Nope. Volume's just not really there. Look at Meta. Above 580, I mean, I do think this can get going. This is showing strength on its own, guys. Market's barely recovering, and this is going. Got to get above 580, though. That's what you want to see. Market selling right back off. Amazon bounced back. Just gonna sit sideline, guys, until things are clear. Looks like Meta may just sell right back off. Market's going back for lows. What I'm seeing here right now is SPY and NQ are kind of starting to slow down. They're starting to go flat here, which to me may signal some sort of a bottom, at least in the short term. Other than that, I mean, again, just nothing's that clear to me here. I want to see a real balance on some things. So I know, again, this could just kind of consolidate. Things could consolidate at lows and then just makes, start breaking back down. They don't have to bounce, but typically, you can see volume start dying off a little bit, and you can see futures and some other names start going flat near their lows. So to me, that's probably the first signal of this slowing down and possibly reversing. Wow, there goes Meta. All right, buyers finally gave up. I don't really know what else to do, guys. These are days where you just gotta sit in your hands. So, as boring as that is, it's the reality of what we're seeing right now. I saw that DJT was up this morning. It's only at 3% now. It was up like 17%. Prime time. I do play puts. It's just when the scenarios are right for me. To me, you never know on news based trades like when the bottom's going to be. Um, so when overall when the market's weak, I'm going to be playing puts. From a macro sense. But right now, we've been nothing but strong for the last 2-3 months. So I'm not looking to jump on, puts right away. Just because it just puts the odds a little bit less in my favor. So as of right now, you never see me play puts, but a year ago, it's almost all I did when the market was, selling off. But my job is to keep us safe, right? And right now, anything could happen. So other than that, I don't know. This definitely isn't what I thought would happen today, but sometimes you never know. Tesla making new lows. Yeah, it's a boards thing. Tesla honestly had a pretty clean trade right there that we could have traded puts on. Sell off under 260, bounce back up, retest that, and then low a day. He traded that, Jelly. That was perfect, dude. I wish I saw that earlier. There's just so much to focus on. Pretty crazy day. Yeah, I got no trades either, Colant. It's okay. Yeah, that would have been a monster trade. Apple starting to come into 520 or 250. Sorry, 225. Again, I think that's probably its last sign of hope down there. There could be some more opportunities around here, guys. I just kind of want things to settle out a little bit. The one trade that I would have taken right there is that Tesla, this Tesla little H pattern here. That's all I would have done as of now. So I'm comfortable with kind of trading Tesla intraday. So I may just start looking at this. But I do, if there is a market recovery, I'm going to go straight over to Meta because that's still holding up really well. It's actually green on the day. It's the only thing that's green right now. So that's just, like the first thing I'm looking for here. So let's pay attention to the market. We're right at 20,000 on NQ. So that's a pretty important support level. Let's see if there's any sort of recovery. Something else I want you guys to look at is Apple at 225. That's going to be its last line of support there. If that gets taken out, I mean, this could really start going south, and honestly, just completely ruin that setup. To be honest with you, let me look at Tesla on a little bit bigger time frame here. See if this 255 level. I mean, it's a pretty solid support. So, again, you guys wonder why, I don't trade puts. This is exactly why. We've been super strong. We've been using these supports, bouncing up, bouncing up, bouncing up. The one day that we sell off, we're coming into these levels that buyers have been sitting at. So they may come in and scoop more up, especially, and why would I want to start playing puts when things are already down multiple percent? So that's my thought on it. I'd buy puts on a bounce maybe, and then, play it through the new low. That's the only kind of scenario I'm looking for. Other than market bouncing and we play meta to the upside. Yeah, we'll see. You want to see what it does at 225. Look at meta, guys. I'm telling you, that's really strong. Look what meta's doing as well. Look what level it's holding. It's sitting right here at 575. Yeah, Zuck's in control here. I'm telling you guys, if the market recovers here, even halfway back up, this thing might start flying. This is the level that I wanted to see it hold originally, so we'll see. I think back above 580. I mean, this could go 585, 590 today if the market does recover. I don't know that I'm betting on the market recovering this quickly after some news like we saw last night. Here goes Meta. It's trying. Kind of sitting on this downtrend, though. Trying to break through it. This has a chance, I'm telling you. Volume starting to pick up on this bounce as well. Let's see what it does at 580 first. NQ still bouncing here a little bit. Let's see. I want to see Meta get through VWAP here at 578.60, and then 580 is going to be that next level that I'm interested in. We'll see. Back at VWAP. Everything can roll over just as easy, so. Look at the buying pressure here, though. Look at the way Meta's acting. This is trying to go on a run. It just needs a little help from futures. It's rejecting right at VWAP, though. Look at that red to green candle. This thing's about to blast off. Oh, we do have news right now. Let's see if they can get through 580 on this. There's not a wall there or anything, though. Tesla, big bounce. $5.79 on the ask. Broke through it. Market may start rolling back over here. I can't tell. Look at Meta get bought up, though, guys. Look at this. That could easily switch. I mean, volume's pretty low, so it's kind of choppy looking, but another red to green candle. They're trying to hold it above VWAP. If this gets over 580, I think it's going to go. But it's just going to be a lot. It's going to take a lot of work here from buyers to get it above that. PLTR strong. NQ's trying to roll back over. I don't like to see that. Want to see things recover here. We might be able to get a meta trade. Got to get through 580. Market rolling over. Meta not getting too affected here. All it takes is one candle, though. We see reversal. I'm telling you guys, we see reversal in futures. Meta's going to start flying. Just want to see what NQ does here at 20,000. This is kind of where you would expect it to starting to hold up a little bit at least. Only $1.50 from 580. Apple about 70 cents away from 225. I think we're going to see something kind of cool here on Meta. Yeah, look at this starting to move. 580 right here. I want to see what it does here first before I consider anything. I want to see it get above 580. Broke through. Nice. Wow, here we go. The 585 calls can work. 590s can work. 600s may work. Those are just really cheap. If the market recovers, I think this one's going to go pretty crazy here. Told you guys. I told you what I was seeing. All it took was another bounce from NQ, and this thing just went. Look at this thing go. Don't necessarily want to chase this, but we got to close above 580. I mean, if you want to get in light, I think that's totally fine. We just may see this pull back and retest 580 first. That's my only concern, but a really nice volume candle through 580 there. I'm looking for much more of a recovery. I'm looking for a high a day move on this. Market hasn't even bounced yet, which is the problem. If we can get a real bounce out of the market, this is going to be good. Pull back into 580, like I said. It's just a little risky, man. The market is not strong yet. No matter how much Meta wants to go, it's not going to be able to just, start breaking out if the overall market's not going to let it. You want to see it hold 580. And then we have 583 high a day. Retesting 580. NQ selling back off. It's too bad. They just totally gave that up. Look at that. NQ trying to go for lows. This is where you want to see buyers really stay present here. If this bounces back up with some strength and we get a market bounce, I'm going to be playing this 582 level into the high of the day. Probably 585 calls. Market's just selling off. I don't want them to rip this much lower. Don't give up VWAP here. Dang it. Market just still selling off, just ruining this trade. Little bounce there. I'm going to try to play the high a day on this. Nice, Chris. In Q, low a day here. Ideally, we get a double bottom. Meta's holding up beautifully. Starting to dislike it. Market's making lows. This could snap down pretty quickly, guys. But my idea is still the same. This is the strongest stock today. If there's a real recovery, this is going to be the one to explode. New lows on spine and Q. Under 575, this is done. Whoa, Tesla just hit 250. What just happened with Tesla? I don't see anything right now. Market new low after new low. Apple's almost at 225. Apple's donezo. Meta trying to hold 575 here. Market's starting to bounce a little bit here. I want to see what Meta wants to do. If there's some strong buying in this, I still think there may be a trade here, but we're almost an hour in. So going to try to be patient with this one. I hate that I'm going opposite the market, but this is the clearest thing I see. Buyers are just still trying to hold 575, which I wanted to see early on. Crazy day. Be careful. Volume picking up on Meta as it slips. I'm gonna stay away from Amazon, I think. I mean, it's just really choppy. Looks like buyers are starting to move out of the way on Meta. Yeah, Apple under 225. Meta starting to give up 575 here. It's its last sign of hope. On what, Big Bull? There was no signal today. In key is still selling off. I was asking what you traded. Oh, Meta. I'm guessing you got in up there at the top. I still think there's a trade on Meta. I'm just been waiting. This is where you want to see it hold. It's trying to. Look at this. Telling you, if there's just any sort of real market recovery, this could easily, rip to high a day. It's just going to take the overall market. It's not going to be able to do it on its own, unfortunately. I still like what it's doing, but again, this is all dependent on the overall market. And I think you guys can see what I'm seeing here. This is where buyers are interested on Meta. If they give that up, it could really slip. But if there's any stock that's going to recover, it's this one. I hate that co-lamp, but again, these are days you got to be patient. It seems like you guys are just kind of forcing some trades here. All I'm seeing here, though, is 575 is still being held. Until that's broken, my idea is going to stay the same on Meta, but it's going to take the whole market, like I keep saying. NQ starting to bounce a little bit here. Let's see if Meta has any sort of aggressive bounce with this. See, look at that. You want to see this continue. Market trying to recover. Once again, Meta's the first one here to start bouncing. I love to see that. But again, 580 is going to be, I got to wait for that before I even consider this. Market finally recovering a little bit here, not aggressively, but it's recovering. It never makes sense to, average down for no reason. I'm not averaging into anything. I'm just watching, okay, Meta's not making new low after new low. Anytime the market bounces, this is the strongest name. So if there's a real recovery in the overall market, this is going to be the strongest stock. And I'm going to play this to the upside, which to me is, typically I never want to play against the overall trend here, but I think a scalp is very doable on this. Back at VWAP here on Meta. Would really like to see this start moving. Got $1.50 away, $1.75 away from 580. Right at VWAP here. We got to get above that. I want to see NQ keep bouncing here. It's starting to roll over a little bit. That may just be the theme of the day. Meta rejecting here at VWAP. Market just had a little red candle. Almost an hour into the day, so things may slow down regardless. Yeah, exactly, Kenny. So that's all I'm waiting for. And maybe today's just not the day where you're going to get a recovery. It's just an overall negative news day. So that may be the issue. Market trying to come in for lows again. But look, I mean, Meta's not making new lows. As long as it holds 75, I think the trade's still valid. That's never the right case, Big Bull. That's never the mindset I want you to have. I'm just bag holding something, hoping. If you got in way up there, that was your decision. I know I don't want to sound harsh, but that's just the reality of it. The worst, I mean, these contracts are expensive. Why lose an extra couple $100? You don't have to. Wait for this trade to happen and then execute it. I mean, yeah, that's always how I want you to think. Just, if it's not doing what you want, you got to take the loss and move on. It's, the last thing I want you saying is, I'm just going to hold this because it's expiring on Friday. It's not the mindset you want to be having. New lows coming in on the market. Yeah, time decay would kill you. Meta back at 575. Look at Tesla here, guys. This may be something interesting. 250. See if there's a wall there. Nothing too crazy. And Tesla's already down 4.5%. You know, these are scenarios where it's like, why keep chasing it through lows? At one point, there's going to be a bottom. I could even switch mindsets here and think, okay, well, Meta has been holding up. If they actually give up 575 with some volume, I mean, that could, that could really slip. But Tesla's volume is pretty high regardless. Under 575 on Meta. Let's see if the market bounces here. Little green candle in the market. What does Meta do? A lot of things are at supports, so that's why I'm a little iffy. Trying to go short. Tesla broke 250, bounced right back up. Meta could really give up. If buyers get out of the way here under 575, this is going to get cooked. And you may ask, like, why don't I try to go? Why don't I buy puts on it? Well, it's kind of a, you're kind of just flipping a coin here. Are buyers going to give up or are they not? Tesla back under 250. Tesla's going to go down 5% today. Meta's holding on for dear life here. Yeah, Mastermind, the more that this just keeps getting rolled back over and the longer it's going to sit here at 575, I think that that's the right thing to say as well. Tesla's just getting killed. I don't know, guys. I don't really want to try to force anything crazy. I know there's money to be made here, but it's super risky. High volatility like this, you can easily lose a lot of money. NASDAQ down 2%. SPY down 1.5%, 1.25%. We're already an hour into the day. Things are going to slow down anyways. Look at Meta, though. I mean, it's not giving up yet. It's not giving up yet. Once again, just going to look and see if the market recovers. One green candle on NQ, and this thing just pops. Market rolls right back over. Tesla rejected right off 250. I really just don't have any desire to try to trade Tesla new lows. It's already made so many. We're already down so much. If Meta gives this up, though, it's going to get killed. Low of the day is 574. Tesla's starting to go flat. Market's starting to bounce here. So once again, let's see if Meta has some crazy recovery. NQ's right at a downtrend. Just so you know what I'm looking at on NQ. Going to have this downtrend here. If we can break through that, maybe go higher. I don't know. Just a thought. But I'm probably going to head out of here pretty soon. Nothing's moving well. I don't think there's any reason to stick around much longer. NQ still at downtrend. See if this breaks. Even just a halfway recovery on this, Meta could go to 580. It's rejecting right off that downtrend again. Meta pushing here. NQ at the downtrend. And Q starting to break down trend here. If there's some volume comes into this and this recovers, we may get meta. But again, I just think it's a little late in the day for this. And Q still pushing. Trying to, at least. This might be where it rolls. Another green candle. Just looking for a fast move up on Meta. Just can't do it without the market. And Q not rolling over yet. And Q's starting to push. Let's see if Meta gets over VWAP here at 578. $578's incoming here. Right here at VWAP. Market's starting to get hit a little bit. If this rolls back over, I'm going to call it a day. Tesla trying to recover. It looks like some things are starting to have a relief bounce. That doesn't mean strength. It just means that the selling is starting to give up a little bit. It's either going to roll over here or we're going to move higher. And Q still pushing up slowly. Starting to roll over again. Meta not too affected yet. You say VIX is coming down. That's a bullish sign that typically happens anytime the market bounces. Meta under 577. Getting bought back up there. NQ getting bought back up. It's got to get over VWAP. Over VWAP, this could start going. Market's starting to roll over. If this snaps back down, I'm going to move on. Just get out of here. Just so y'all know what NQ is doing, if you're not looking at it the way I am. Downtrend, push through, pull back kind of into that area, bouncing again. So to me, that's an okay sign. Tesla's still recovering. Meta's holding up here. So is the market. So it's not moving on its own right now. There's pretty low volume in it too, so I don't want to make any sort of decision. Market trying to bounce again. Meta starting to bounce again. 578. This VWAP level could help accelerate it to the upside. But if it holds under it and then gives up 577 with some strength and comes back down, it's probably done. But let's see if we get another aggressive. Like I want to see something like this, like we saw earlier, right? Pop through VWAP with a lot of volume. That's what I'm looking for here. Here we go. We're starting to break it. Market hasn't really bounced yet. Here we go. Trying. Still low volume. The fact that we're at all-time highs on Meta and we're holding up this well, to me, it means something. Typically, people would not want to be buying up here in a condition like we're seeing right now, but Also, shipping problems aren't really Meta's thing. It's all digital. Chips, chip stocks, they're down, right? Because they can't ship those in. Amazon's down, obviously. Netflix, I think, is down for other reasons. Tesla's obviously down because of shipping problems. So a lot of these technology companies that actually have physical products, you see them down. The digital ones are actually holding up. I think that makes pretty clear sense. There's a shipping strike. So people that work for the shipping companies are all on the coast. They went on strike last night. Typically, it never gets to the point where people actually strike. They resolve it, and they didn't. So it's a pretty bad look. Market starting to roll back over here. If Meta gets under 577, I'm going to move on. It's almost been an hour and a half. Yeah, I mean, buying pressure has been here all day on Meta, but without the overall market bouncing, this is just going to have a really hard time going higher. So look how low volume is, right? After that hour and a half, or that hour of the open, you can see volume just dies out. Apple has a gap under it as well. That setup was just so good, and we ran into something we can't control. NQ may bounce here. That would create the first sign of an uptrend after we've been downtrending all day. If it does bounce here, yeah, Mastermind, I do too. I mean, I really love the way Apple looks. It's just it's unfortunate what happened. The timing of this all screwed up that trade. I bet you a lot of people got caught, and that's a big reason why it's down so much. Is a lot of people are stopping out. Meta starting to fall back. 577 on the bid. There it goes. Yeah, I mean, there's billions and billions of dollars left at sea now, not being able to get, transported, used, whatever. So I recommend filling up your gas tanks today, guys, and because that's going to be a problem for oil as well. Yeah, grocery stores, I mean, are going to go crazy. Not to mention people in Florida and North Carolina and stuff like that dealing with the hurricane. So yeah, but definitely fill up your gas tanks. Try to conserve that because I mean, 2 weeks of no shipping. I mean, who knows what can happen? Gas stations could run out of gas. Um, retail stores may not have inventory. It'll get resolved. It's just a matter of when. Yeah, mastermind. I don't think Biden's even gone to the hurricane site. Trump was there yesterday. It's pretty pathetic, if you ask me. That's not even from a political standpoint. That's just kind of morally. Trump's acting more of a president than the standing president. He can go there whenever. Trump beat him there. Yeah, Latvia. I mean, I can agree with that for sure. Yeah, it's pointless. Yeah, he's on vacation, Colin. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, some of the destruction from this hurricane is just crazy. I mean, I saw drone footage of a high school completely underwater, football field underwater, building, water 2 feet up. I mean, it's just awful. All right, well, there goes Meta, guys. So, any other questions? Anything else you want to talk about? We can keep talking about this if you want. Try to stay away from politics, but it's the reality of what's going on right now. If not, then we'll call it a day. Weird day. I no signals, so I hope you guys didn't get hurt too bad if you took your own trades. I do think there may still be something here with Meta, but maybe not today. Maybe tomorrow. CAPR, nice. I saw that get called out. That's good, Duco. Market bounce, Meta trying to recover. But I think it's best for us to get away from the screens. No reason to overtrade anything today. The moves already happened. Just kind of relief recoveries now. I'll be at the desk. I got to study a little bit for a test today. But again, I'll be here if you need me. And I think it's best to just get away from this stuff. This is an easy place to lose some money. So hope you guys have a good rest of the day. Again, text me if you need me. I'll be here at the desk for a little while. And I'm doing the earnings stream today on Nike. And then I have a free lesson tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So I will see y'all then. Adios.